We have gathered once again, television family. Always great to see you. It is the 26th day of April. It is the year 2023, and it's Wednesday. Didn't do Winning Wednesday last week, and I apologize for that. Technical difficulties, please stand by. But it's back, Winning Wednesday, and we got a brand new prize from the really cool folks at McGregor Mead. McGregor Honey and Mead, they set up shop at the Piper's Public Market. They've been doing great guns. Never tried mead before, but then I went down and talked to Mark a couple of weeks ago, Mark McGregor from McGregor Mead. And I liked it. It's good. I can understand the attraction there. They have a great big honey farm up Wenatchee Heights area, and they've set up shop. So they got honey and they got mead. And we got a $50 gift card from McGregor Farms. Honey and mead, got it right here. And this could, show it the other side so it's yellow. This could be yours. Winner at ncwlife.com. That's what you do. You know the routine by now. Send me an email. Winner at ncwlife.com. That's how you enter the contest. Winner at ncwlife.com. You know the rules by now. One entry per email address. If you have more than one email address, and a lot of people do, you can enter more than once. You just can't enter continuously 100 times on the same email address. We keep track of these things. Employees of Local Telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Alicia. Apologize for that. And if you do not enter the contest, you cannot win the contest. And if you're unfamiliar with what the good folks at McGregor Mead and Honey do, you're going to meet Mark McGregor a little bit later on in this program. Also, a conversation with Darcy Christopherson, because our big annual party, the 104th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, kicks off at noon tomorrow. Busy show for you today. And a good-looking weather forecast little today. We'll get to those details in just a little bit. Let's not waste any time. Let's go. 2 minutes after the hour. To the Wenatchee Heights camera. Oh, no. I guess we're going to start out with the #1 Canyon camera. Fine. Throw me for a loop there. That camera is zoomed way back. These are PTZ cameras, and that's an acronym for pan and tilt and zoom. And we have it zoomed about as far back as that camera can go. Way up. #1 Canyon, that is 5th Street that you see. You can make out the campus at Wenatchee Valley College. And the sun has been doing the job now for quite some time. Sunrise this morning was at 5:53. Sunset tonight, 8:05. That's 14 hours and 12 minutes of daylight. We're still gaining daylight, obviously, and we will all the way until mid-June. But it's not quite as dramatic. By this time, a couple of weeks ago, we were getting about 3 minutes of daylight, additional daylight per day. Now it's more like 45 seconds to a minute, but we'll take it. And we're in for just a gorgeous stretch of weather right through the weekend, really into the early part of next week with some very mild temperatures. I don't know where we're going to go, so we'll just find out. Cougar Ridge, there we go. The Cougar Ridge camera. There's the Yodabashian Bridge. Big slice. How's that roundabout going, folks? It is a pretty cattywampus detour situation. I'm not going to lie to you. We had to go out there last week. But once you got it down, it's not too bad. But you definitely need to plan on some extra travel time if you have business in the old station area and you would normally go by where that new roundabout is going in. You just got to make sure you're in the right lane is, I guess, the right way to put it. Hey, you can see Monitor way off in the distance, too. That's pretty cool. Camera 3. Up to Lake Chelan we go. Upper Butte, way up at the top of the Chelan Butte, looking up towards the Holden Village area. You can see Wapato Point and the South Shore, and of course the water's still low. They haven't begun that process yet. That's from the Upper Butte, and the snow continues to recede in the Chelan area. So I guess eventually we're going to go see the Wenatchee Heights camera. There we go. Good morning to East Wenatchee. Boy, they had a traffic accident on the Senator George Seller Bridge yesterday at about this time, and it was a mess. It was just a colossal traffic jam there. That's a lot of cars go over that bridge. That's the ebb and flow of the arterial hub around the Wenatchee Valley is the Senator George Seller Bridge. And when something happens on that bridge, it affects traffic on both sides of the river. That was yesterday. So far, no problems today. And certainly no problems with the weather. Now, we are under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, but it's a flat ridge. It's not a dome. It's flat. It's still high pressure, which we like. But because it's a flat ridge, it is going to allow a weak front to come in today. So you'll notice a few more high clouds today and a little windy, but look at that forecast high of 76. Now, we have not hit 70 degrees since October 18th. So if this forecast high holds up, our streak of 189 days without getting to 70 degrees will come to an end today. The last time we hit 76, as a matter of fact, was way back on October 12th. So it's going to feel good. It's probably going to feel warmer than 76 simply because we haven't been that warm since mid-October of last year. So yeah, it is going to be a little cloudy and a little breezy today, but then we're just going to be fine. That ridge of high pressure, which is off the Pacific coast, going to start shifting to the east, and we'd like that. That means sunshine tomorrow and a high of 75. Our normal high this time of the year is 65. 49 for the overnight low. We get even nicer on Friday. Sunshine, bountiful sunshine for everybody. Little light breeze. It's going to be beautiful, high of 78. Saturday for the first of the 3 parades. Sunshine, 85 degrees. I'm loving it. Break out the sunscreen. Little bit cooler on Sunday as that ridge begins to shift away from us, and we'll cool down to where we should be temperature-wise by Monday and Tuesday with perhaps a few more clouds. But after that long, cold stretch in April, absolutely no complaints there. I like that. 6 minutes after the hour, going to take a 2-minute break, and then we'll have your headlines for you. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
In the market for an RV? Do not buy any RV before you shop Clickin' RV. Because Clickin' RV has just acquired over 300 2022 fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and motorhomes. And everyone is just $199 over invoice. And take advantage of 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and low interest financing. Plus guaranteed lowest price and lifetime warranty. So don't miss the Clickin' RV Do Not Buy sale. Going on now at all 5 locations, including right here in Moses Lake.
I chose a career at Kuntz South because I wanted to help people, and I knew there would be opportunities for growth. I started as a medical assistant, but quickly advanced in my career. I received 5 promotions in only 7 years, 3 of those in management roles. Most organizations don't offer that type of growth. Now, as a career pathway coordinator, I let everyone know. Come join Kuntz South. Come grow with us.
Badger Mountain Brewery is your cure for boredom. Jam Night Mondays. Trivia Wednesdays. Live Music Fridays. And Sunday Brunch. There's always something brewing at Badger Mountain. So come join the party.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here. Oh. I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
High clouds and 48 degrees. We'll have high clouds today, but very nice, right around mid-70s. We'll be mid-70s tomorrow with bountiful sunshine and nothing but sunny and mild and beautiful weather expected really beginning tomorrow. It's 9 minutes after the hour. That East Wenatchee woman who was arrested alongside a murder suspect is now formally charged with aiding him after the fact. Douglas County prosecutors filed charges Monday of rendering criminal assistance and making false statements against 24-year-old Sabrina Lee McCubbin. She was arrested last week at a downtown Wenatchee motel with her boyfriend, Eric Reyes, who was charged in the April 17th shooting death of 23-year-old Elias Mora Ontiveros. Douglas County Sheriff's deputies say McCubbin was present at the shooting near Pangbourne Memorial Airport, but lied to investigators about her whereabouts and those of Reyes, the couple, as well as a suspected accomplice by the name of Juan Carlos Vasquez Hernandez. They all remain held in Chelan County Jail. A 15-year-old Wenatchee girl has been missing now for quite some time, since April 9th, and they're trying to find her. Jasmine Morales Silva has brown hair, green eyes, Hispanic. She weighs 140 pounds. She is 5 foot 4 inches tall. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says that she may still be in the area, or she may have traveled to other cities within Washington State. Anybody who has any information is asked to call the Wenatchee Police Department. Wenatchee's ban on the sale of Washington State's ban on the sale of assault-style weapons is now law. In this state, Governor Jay Inslee signed the bill Tuesday morning at the Capitol. It takes effect immediately. Governor Inslee and Attorney General Bob Ferguson championed the bill ahead of its final passage last week.
These weapons of war, of assault weapons, have no reason other than mass murder. Their only purpose is to kill humans as rapidly as possible in large numbers. And I will say this, AR-15s should not be idolized, they should be prohibited, and that's what we're doing today.
We understand there will be lawsuits challenging the ban on the sale of assault weapons. My team told me I think one's been filed already, I think. That's to be expected, and that's their right. That's the way our system works. We're a nation of laws, and they have the right to challenge that. I will just remind them and everybody in this room that we have, in the AG's office, we defend all bills passed by the legislature and by the people through the initiative process, and we have defended a number of bills related to common sense gun reform, and our record so far is pretty good against the NRA and against the Second Amendment Foundation. We are undefeated, and we plan to keep that record intact. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support.
Two North Central Washington lawmakers are now part of the leadership team in the House of Representatives. Republican senior party leaders in the House resigned their posts at the end of the session. That opened up room for 12th District Representative Mike Steele, who was elected Deputy GOP Leader, and 7th District Representative Jacqueline Maycumber, whose district now includes Douglas and Okanagan counties. She will become Republican floor leader. In a statement, Steele said, and I'm quoting now, "I'm extremely honored and grateful to be chosen as Deputy Leader and look forward to serving all of Washington State and my constituents in this new role." End quote. And a friendly reminder, the city of Leavenworth is reminding folks that the waterfront park trail and the adjacent parking lot is closed this week and will remain so. The closure is due to continued work on the city's force main or sewer pipe relocation project. Take a look at the map there. Contractors will be working on placing gravel along the trail surface. They're also going to resurface the parking lot. That red area that you see shows the trail closure and the parking lot closure. There will be no work, by the way, over the weekend. The area will be open over the weekend. Heads up there. That's just making news at 13 minutes after the hour. We have a great news team consisting of Jefferson, Jordan, Grant, Malcolm, Eric. Even I participate sometimes in gathering the news. And then we'll have a newscast for you. We think it's important that our viewers be informed of what's going on in the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington. So tune in to the news. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on TV, 5, 6, and 10. You can also watch the news on our Facebook page at 5 o'clock, on our YouTube page beginning at 5 o'clock, and on our homepage, and at the bottom of the screen is how you can get a hold of us if you so desire. When we come back, sports, we'll preview Kraken and the Avalanche. Game 5 of their series is tonight in Denver, and the Mariners' 9-game road trip got off to a winning start. Sports is 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
Nah.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
This Mother's Day, give your mom the gift she really wants. Rest, relaxation, and a clean home. Get her a gift certificate for Mother's Day from Merry Maids. You'll be a hero, and the expert cleaners, Merry Maids, will make her home sparkle. Merry Maids are professionally trained, licensed, bonded, and insured. They do the job right. Visit MerryMaids.com or call 663-1710. Give your mom the gift of time, relaxation, and a clean home with a Merry Maids gift certificate. Her satisfaction is guaranteed, and you can relax. It's done.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
16 minutes after the hour on this winning Wednesday, the Seattle Kraken will be without their top goal scorer, and the Avalanche will be without their top defenseman when Game 5 gets going tonight in Denver of the series, which is tied at 2 games apiece. The NHL suspended Cale Makar after his hit on Seattle's Jared McCann on Monday. McCann will not play tonight, may be out for the rest of the series for that matter, following that hit in the Kraken's overtime victory in Game 4. So we're tied at 2 games apiece. Game 5 tonight, 6:30 at Ball Arena. You can watch it on ESPN and Root Sports Northwest. Mariners started their 9-game road trip on a winning note in Philadelphia last night, 5-3 the final. Seattle over the Phillies. Jared Kelenic hit his 7th homer of the season. Teoscar Hernandez went deep to back up 5 innings of solid work from former Apple Sock Marco Gonzalez.
High drive, right center field. And this ballpark is not going to hold it. Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Jared Kelenic, another home run. His 7th of the season. RBI number 14, 1-0 Seattle here in Philly. See ball up the middle. And JP will get an RBI. Infield hit. Mariners lead it 2-0.
And the pitch swung on, hit deep, left field. Kelenic turns, watches it go as Edmundo Sosa has done it again. Solo home run, his 3rd of the year. He's gotten the Phillies on the board. An answer back here in the bottom of the 5th as he cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1.
Line drive, left field, and it's a 2-run homer for Teoscar Hernandez, and the Mariners have a 4-1 lead. Teo, home run number 6, RBIs 14 and 15, and man, did he pound that one.
Fastball the other way, flagged out by France. Goes to second for 1, that's all they'll get. A run will score. But man, France just saved a couple of runs.
That should do it. That's some good work here by Caballero, tagging his Cal. I don't think Mark's got a good arm. I don't think he has that good an arm, and it's offline. Cal scores standing up. Nice job, Jose Caballero. That's his first big league RBI, and the Mariners have a 5-2 lead.
And a line drive base hit into center field. A pinch hit single for Cave. Bohm will score, and it brings the tying run to the plate.
Sewald with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Put this baby in the books. 5-3 Mariners here in Philly. Game 1 of 3.
Manager Scott Service, all smiles. It was a nice combination. Good pitching and Jared Kelenic.
Anytime you go out on a 3-city trip, you want to get off on a good start, and it starts with pitching. I thought our guys threw the ball really well tonight. Marco, again, another good outing after what he did last time out at home. Great to see it. Great changeup going. Kept them off speed, off balance for the most part all night. And then the bullpen solid again. Obviously, our guys were rested tonight. Get them in there, different looks, very aggressive, really attacking, and we played good defense. So say all that, and Jared Kelenic does it again. Jared's in such a good spot. Left-handed pitching on it, homers, doubles, just played good defense, and Teo starting to pick it up. So a lot of good things going offensively as well. So like I said, great way to start the trip.
Mariners and Phillies do battle again today. Game 2 of the series. It's an afternoon affair for us, 3:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Logan Gilbert, whose start was pushed back a day, will go up against former Mariner Taijuan Walker. All right, from our friends at Les Schwab, the Prep Sports Recap. To the pitch we go. Anthony Garcia scored a hat trick. Panthers beat Davis 3-1. Moses Lake topped West Valley in a shootout 3-2. That keeps the Rams winless on the season. And Othello blanked Ephrata 2-0. Cashmere goalkeeper Dallin Smart made 2 saves in a penalty kick shootout to help the Bulldogs beat Chelan 1-0. Quincy clinched the regular season Caribou Trail League Championship with a 1-0 win over Cascade. The Jackrabbits 6-0 in league, 12-1 overall. Keep an eye on them. Brewster remained atop the Central Washington 1B, 2B league with a 5-0 win over Pateros. The Bears improved to 10-2 and 10-2-1 in league play with the win. Bridgeport remains in second place after they beat Okanagan. Tenasket topped Manson. To the Les Schwab Prep baseball scoreboard. First for the big schools. Eastmont grabbed an early 5-run lead on West Valley, but the Rams came back. Beat Eastmont 9-5. Moses Lake remained atop the Big Nine standings with an 8-1 win over the Panthers. And Ephrata won a non-league game over Riverview 3-0. Smaller schools on the baseball scoreboard. Toppenish edged Quincy. Cashmere got by Chelan. Omak topped Cascade. Manson beat Oroville 13-3. Liberty Bell tipped Tenasket 4-3, and Brewster took care of Lake Roosevelt 16-1. Coming up this afternoon, it's Waterville Mansfield hosting Ephrata at 4:30. Softball, to the Les Schwab scoreboard we go. Ephrata's softball team swept a doubleheader from Quincy yesterday, 16-1 and 12-2. Cashmere beat Chelan 10-3. Omak down Cascade 16-5. Republic blew out Bridgeport in 2 games, 25-1 and 18-3. Orville mauled Manson. Tenasket topped Liberty Bell, and Lake Roosevelt blanked Brewster in girls softball. 1 game today. It's 2 games. Liberty Bell visiting Orville at 3:30. Waterville Mansfield hosts Ephrata at 4:30. And prep tennis yesterday. Moses Lake hosted Davis, beat the Pirates. The boys won 5-2, the girls 6-1. West Valley defending in their home courts. They beat Wenatchee. They won the boys match 4-3. They swept the girls matches 7-0. Chelan batted Cashmere and came out on top 4-1 in the boys and 3-2 in the girls match. The Goats, by the way, finished the regular season undefeated in both boys and girls, which is pretty impressive. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 21 minutes after the hour, there were 8 obscure holidays I could have chosen. I could have chosen National Help a Horse Day. We love horses around here. It's National Kids and Pets Day. It's National Richter Scale Day. The guy who invented the Richter scale was born on this date. National Dissertation Day. Maybe I should have done that, because after a big meal, I always like to make room for some dissertation. National Bookmobile Day. National Pretzel Day. National Hairball Awareness Day. But it is National Administrative Professionals Day, one of the most popular and well-known work-related holidays, maybe the most popular and well-known work-related holiday. It used to be Secretary's Day. It was founded by Mary Barrett, who was the president of the National Secretaries Association. She started it sometime in the early 50s. Then the Secretary of Commerce decided to make it a week, and it was back in June. Then they moved it to April, and now on the last Wednesday in April was Secretary's Day. In 1981, they changed it to Professional Secretary's Day. And then finally, in 2001, it's now Administrative Professionals Day. Did you get all that? You like my little Marvel Comics joke there? You like that? There are about 3.6 million administrative professionals in this country and 9.5 million support staff, whatever that may mean. Ironically enough, this is the day you're supposed to take the administrative professional out to lunch or flowers or candy or an appreciative card for everything that the administrative professional does around your office. I refer to Alicia as the Director of First Impressions around here. But what they really want, according to a survey by the International Association of Administrative Professionals, all they really want, if you want to honor them and their work ethic, is give them more opportunities to climb up the corporate ladder, to learn more, and to be more important to the day-to-day operations. I mean, candies and flowers and lunch are nice, but what they really want to do is be an important part of the day-to-day operations of your business. Happy Administrative Professionals Day, formerly Professional Secretaries Day, formerly Secretaries Day, formerly known as April 26th, 24 minutes after the hour. Today in history, after 12 days on the run, they got him. John Wilkes Booth, the man who shot and killed President Abraham Lincoln, himself was shot and killed in a barn by U.S. cavalry troopers 12 days after he killed the president. The pursuers crossed the Rappahannock River. They tracked John Wilkes Booth to Richard Garrett's farm. Richard Garrett's farm just outside of Port Royal, Virginia. Richard Garrett had no idea who John Wilkes Booth was. The Garretts didn't even know that Lincoln was dead. News traveled pretty slow back in those days. The men who were accompanying John Wilkes Booth introduced him as Jim Boyd, a Confederate soldier who was wounded. Remember, he had broken his leg after he shot the president, and he was heading home after the war. But eventually, they tracked him down, they shot him, they killed him on this date in 1865, 158 years ago today. Lou Gehrig, when he retired with 493 career home runs and 1,195 RBIs. In 1931, he hit 46 home runs, drove in 185 runs, which is still the American League record. He should have been credited with 47 home runs and 187 RBIs, but a very strange thing happened on this date. In Washington, D.C., in the first inning of a game against the Senators, Lynn Larry walked, and then Lou Gehrig hit a home run. He hit a home run that only went about 25 feet off the ground. It was a rocket. That's how Lou Gehrig hit the baseball. He didn't hit long, arcing home runs. He hit rockets. And he hit the ball so hard and it went so fast out of the ballpark that it actually hit an empty seat in the right field stands and bounced back onto the field, where the center fielder for the Washington Senators picked the ball up and was tossing it back to the infield to the pitcher. Well, Lynn Larry, running around the bases, he looks up and he sees the center fielder with the ball, and he thought that he caught Lou Gehrig's hit. So Lynn Larry started jogging off to the Yankee dugout. Lou Gehrig was jogging around the bases with his head down. He didn't notice that Lynn Larry had jogged back to the dugout, and Lou Gehrig passed Lynn Larry on the base paths. Therefore, he was automatically out. So the Yankees lost those 2 runs. They lost the game by 2 runs. Lou Gehrig had to share the American League home run title with Babe Ruth with 46 each, even though he actually hit 47. Baseball is a funny game. Lou Gehrig lost a home run and 2 RBIs on this date in 1931. And this date in 1962, for the first time ever, an American spacecraft landed on the moon. And by landed, I mean crashed. It didn't work out very well. The Ranger 4 was supposed to softly land on the moon and then send back vital information like atmosphere and radar and transmit pictures of the lunar surface, all of that stuff. But the computer for the system that was going to land it down there, it failed, and the chutes didn't deploy, and the thing went whoo, boom. It crashed on the dark side of the moon, the far side of the moon, without returning any scientific data. NASA said it was a big success. Ranger 4 crashed on the moon. We would get better. We were still trying to figure it out. That was on this date in 1962. This is the 37th anniversary of Chernobyl. The Chernobyl nuclear disaster remains to this day the world's worst nuclear disaster, April 26, 1986. 650 miles away in Sweden, they said, man, we're sure getting a lot of radiation in our atmosphere. What the hell's going on? So they looked around and said, well, it isn't us. They called the Soviets up. You got anything going on there? We're getting big doses of radiation. And the Soviets said, no, nothing going on here. And the Swedish nuclear authorities said, well, we got to tell people because the air isn't fit to breathe. And the Soviets said, well, yeah, we had a little accident. Nothing to worry about. We're going to be fine. But you can't keep this kind of thing secret for long. If you're watching TV in the Soviet Union, 2 days later, they finally said, yeah, the accident happened on April 26th, but the Soviets didn't admit it until April 28th, and here's a little snippet of that.
It does now seem likely that sometime in the last couple of days there's been perhaps the worst accident in the short history of the world's nuclear power industry. The Russians may have been hoping they could contain it without having to release the news, as they appear to have tried to do so in an earlier accident in the Urals 19 years ago. But the fact that they've had to reveal it and admit that there are casualties suggests they're deeply worried about the scale of it. Well, it was just 4 hours ago when Soviet viewers were watching their evening news bulletin and the announcer revealed that the accident had taken place. The official news agency TASS later added that aid was being given to those affected.
There has been a nuclear accident in the Soviet Union, and the Soviets have admitted that it happened. The Soviet version is this. One of the atomic reactors at the Chernobyl atomic power plant near the city of Kiev was damaged, and there is speculation in Moscow that people were injured and may have died. The Soviets may have been fairly quick to acknowledge the accident because evidence in the form of mild nuclear radiation had already reached beyond the Soviet borders to Scandinavia.
Hard thing to keep a secret, isn't it? Fatalities, nobody really knows. Anywhere from 4,000 immediate fatalities from radiation poisoning to up to 16,000 in the year since. And by the way, it will be completely cleaned up by the year 2065. I won't be around for that. Let's do birthdays at the bottom of the hour. Eddie Egan. You're going to go, who the hell is Eddie Egan? Eddie Egan has a very unique claim to fame in the world of sports. He is the only person to win gold medals at the Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics in 2 different sports. At the 1920 Antwerp Olympics, he won the boxing gold medal. In the 1932 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, he was the gold medal winner on the 4-man bobsled team. That's pretty cool. Eddie Egan, born in the state in 1897. We lost him at the age of 70 in 1967. And happy 90th birthday, number 90 for Carol Burnett. I used to watch the Carol Burnett show all the time. When I was a kid, she is 90 years old today. Still to come, a brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. We're talking to Darcy Christofferson because the Apple Blossom Festival begins tomorrow. You may have heard of it, but because it's Winning Wednesday and I'm giving away a $50 gift card from our friends at McGregor Farms Honey and Mead, you're going to meet Mark McGregor and find out all about their cool little products when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
At Collins Fashions, personal service is our trademark. Our stylists love to assist our customers with great fashion choices like Tommy Bahama, Karen Kane, Tribal, Nick and Zoe, Habitat, Liverpool, Brighton handbags and jewelry, and many more. Whether you're going on a great vacation, hitting the beach at Lake Chelan, or the mother of the bride and groom, we want you to love what you wear. Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee, your personal shoppers.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Welcome back to our continuing series of profiling some of the great businesses here at the Pybus Public Market. It's where communities meet. Mark McGregor is, what is your official title?
Mead maker.
Mead maker.
Yes.
And we're here at his fine business. It's called
McGregor
Honey and Mead. What exactly, I guess, what do you do?
It's a family business. We do honey, we do mead, we sell a lot of kind of bee-themed gifty things, but what I do is I work on the mead. I'm brewing the mead, I'm down here working sometimes, but I'm basically just making mead all day and bottling mead.
And we just discovered his dad, Mike, is a classmate of mine and an old friend from 50 years ago, so that's kind of a cool connection. Talk about your experience here at the Pybus. It's been good.
It's been really good. Being here at Pybus has been good for us because with mead being so uncommon, a lot of people don't know what mead is.
And I am one of them. So what exactly is mead?
Mead is an alcoholic beverage made from honey. And it's the oldest known fermented beverage. Before ancient cultures had figured out beer and wine, they were making mead.
Okay, so as opposed to a winemaker, a mead maker still has to know his stuff, though.
Yes.
Such as?
Yeah, mead is actually a lot trickier to ferment because the yeast we're using is wine yeast.
Okay.
So we're using a wine yeast. It kind of is used to grapes, so the honey doesn't have all of the nutrients that it has or that it's used to. So it's a little bit trickier to ferment it. But we can kind of do whatever we want with the mead because the honey works as a great base for doing any kind of different flavors that we want.
I'm about ready to sip a small glass of mead. What am I looking for? Assuming I'm a mead aficionado, I'm a meadophile. How do I know this is a good glass?
It's not going to have it's going to be kind of you get a little bit of that honey. It doesn't have to be sweet. The one that you have now is a lavender mead where we're using some local lavender and mixing in with the mead.
Does it need to breathe like a wine? Or do you drink it
some meads do, ours does not. So ours, you just drink it like you would like a beer or a hard cider.
Okay, so here
mead
we go.
Is I'll let you take a little sip of that.
That is good. And this is good.
Yeah, and that is our best-selling mead. That's our lavender. It's using a local lavender that we get from the Lavender Boutique out in Crescent Bar.
Selling mead, which is a byproduct of honey, tells me you probably sell a little honey too.
Yes, we do sell a little bit of honey as well. We have about 350 hives, so we get a lot of our local honey just all from around the valley here, anywhere from Stamilt Hill to Leavenworth and all in between. We scatter our hives about. So.
And please forgive me if this sounds like a stupid question, Mark. Is there good years and bad years like wine in mead? Is there like good vintages and bad vintages that people need to look for?
The honey changes, so there is a little bit of that. But with the mead, because we're using honey, it changes with the honey, but it's a little bit more consistent with good years and bad years. Because if we don't like the honey, it's easy just to get a different honey or blend it a little bit differently. Whereas wine is a little bit more dependent just on how well the harvest was, because the honey is a simple sugar, so there's a little bit less of a variability on that. But every honey does taste different, and that does come through in the mead.
I'm surprised. Do you mind again?
Go for it. I mean, you've got half a glass there.
That is really,
But
really
the mead is a very broad category, so there's really a lot we can do with it. What we do is a more modern style called a session style mead, or a hydromel is the fancy term for it. That just means a low alcohol mead. A lot of meads, most of meads out there are actually more like a wine, where they'll be anywhere from 12 all the way up to 18%, and usually very sweet. I like the drier styles of mead, and I like something you can really sit down and enjoy a pint of. So that's kind of what we brew, or what I brew
If you're
here.
21 or older, you can get a small sample. If you don't know, Mark would be more than happy to
We do flights where you can get a 5-ounce glass. You can do a flight and get 4 of them, just like you would with a beer flight.
Mm-hmm.
We also do non-alcoholic honey sodas as well that we mix up. So if you're under 21, we do have that option as well. We do different flavors. When one runs out, we'll do something new on that. And then when it gets hot out, we start doing slushies as well. So.
Hey, I'm glad it's working out for you, and this place is a keeper. And
Yes.
this is a keeper, by the way, too.
Thank you.
I will be visiting your fine establishment on a regular basis. All
Yeah.
things honey, all things mead related, right here at McGregor Farms Honey and Mead. Say hi to your dad for me.
All right.
You're going to say, Dan Kuntz says hi, and your dad will go, who? I never liked him. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate the
All right,
visit.
thank you.
All right. We'll be right back.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today. The Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is here, and NCW Life Channel has you covered. Join us for the Stamilt Growers Grand Parade Saturday, May 6th at 11 a.m. Coverage is brought to you by Bob's Apple Barrel Bark, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Global Car Care, Kennedy Real Estate Group, and Prestige Senior Living at East Wenatchee. NCW Life Channel, your official Washington State Apple Blossom Festival TV station.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
In the market for an RV? Do not buy any RV before you shop Click It RV. Because Click It RV has just acquired over 300 2022 fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and motorhomes. And everyone is just $199 over invoice. And take advantage of 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and low interest financing. Plus guaranteed lowest price and lifetime warranty. So don't miss the Click It RV Do Not Buy sale. Going on now at all 5 locations, including right here in Moses Lake.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
Do you even remember to water the house plants?
I do this? You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office.
We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, regarding their success in earning money, I've heard people say that I've worked hard for what I have, and I deserve my financial success. Well, I do commend such folks, and I'm a believer in hard work, but let's be honest. A major factor in our financial success in this society is that we exist in a very blessed economic system. If it was hard work alone that guaranteed financial success, the richest people in the world would very likely be women in sub-Saharan Africa or some other such place. Now, let's admit it. Hard work may be a contributing factor in making a lot of money, but it is certainly not a universal guarantee that because I worked hard, I deserve to have more money than someone else. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from Localtel. Call Guardian Security from Localtel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? Open up a world of possibilities when you sell your home and make those dreams real. At ColdwellBanker.com, you can get an instant estimate on your home, compare cost of living city by city, and learn more about our revolutionary seller's assurance program. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams. At ColdwellBanker.com.
Hi, everybody. Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Come Thursday, come tomorrow at 12 noon, the 3 lovely young ladies who represent the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival will be coming up on this stage for the opening ceremonies and the 104th annual party that we call the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival will be officially underway. Mother Nature's going to kiss us with some gorgeous weather, and here to talk about it, making her very first appearance, by the way, on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the festival administrator. I'm sorry, the name again?
Darcy Christopherson.
Darcy Christopherson joins me. It's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
How you doing?
Good. Good.
Hey, who's kidding who? You must have been sweating bullets not 3-4 days ago about this crappy spring weather we've been having. but it's going to be just gorgeous for the first weekend of the festival.
It'll be great. Last year was worse, though. I mean, last year we had snow on April 14th.
I remember.
So when April 14th hit, I was like, oh, please, not again, not again. So I've been pretty happy. It has been not the best spring, but it's going to be nice.
The trees are exploding.
Yes.
They can't wait for the festival.
I
know
know
you've been super busy. Before we go any further, thank you.
Oh, you're
for
welcome.
this. What's the story? Is this one of the ritual ones
so
that you brought back?
This one was from 1977, that logo.
Okay.
So we brought it back for this year. And then we have another logo from 1987 that is a hot pink sweatshirt.
I'm sure Corrine likes that one.
Yes, everyone loves that one from 1987. So, yeah, we've been bringing back some old logos and adding them to garments this year. So we have lots and lots of hoodies and crew neck shirts. We have an awesome hat. We have a mug.
These retro ones were huge last year.
Yeah, they were.
You sold them out like in 3 days.
We sold them out, and so I ordered a little bit more this year, so hopefully we'll be... Well, it was really cold, though, remember?
It was.
So all the beer garden people snatched them up like day one.
Speaking of beer garden, Alex is at it again.
Yep.
Bigger and better than ever. Not square footage-wise, but Alex is a very creative guy, so he's got some surprises planned.
We get all kinds of boxes from places from this time of year from Alex getting a wild hair and wanting to order things. So it's like, oh, something from Alex, and he gets all excited about it. But we have some really cool stuff happening. We have our Fast Pass, again, where you buy a pass for $50. And with that pass, you get 2 free tokens for any drink. And then you also get to go right through.
Yeah, it's your admission to get in.
It's your admission to get in, no cover charge. And then inside, you have your very own line.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wait in line inside either. So this Fast Pass is a pretty big deal. And you can purchase them online at appleblossom.org.
And those are a limited amount.
Limited amount, we only sell 100.
And you sold all 100 last year.
We sold all 100 last year. We still have a few left this year. The All Service Club Luncheon is another one that you really need to hurry and get your tickets for that. That's on May 3rd. Doors open at 11:30, and those are going fast. We've already sold 300 tickets. So, again, we really encourage people to do that online, and then you can just swing by the office and pick them up.
And the keynote speaker this year is?
Sarah Babbitt, Colonel Sarah Babbitt, who is also the Grand Marshal. She's Colonel with the U.S. Air Force, and she was a graduate from Eastmont High School in 1996, and just an amazing individual. So we're super excited to honor her for sure.
Talk about the process of picking a Grand Marshal. It's not easy.
It's not, and it really kind of depends on our Director General, who's the head volunteer at that time, for them to just kind of give us an idea of what they're thinking. You know, Craig is our Director General for next year, Craig Field, and he already has some people in mind. So it's just a matter of having a really organized Director General and present ideas to that person that kind of feeds off of their year. So we asked Sarah a year ago.
One more thing about the beer garden before I forget. It's got beer, but they've been constantly bringing in more and more varieties of cider. And so if you're not a beer drinker, but you like a good cider or wine or whatever it is, Alex has brought in more selection.
Yeah,
right?
we actually have cider and seltzers. That's just one thing that has just grown so much, and everything we do is local. And we have the beer tasting, a month before, and this year it was more of cider tasting, and they were all local, yummy ciders, and I'm really excited to have those added. And it just helps a lot. You're either a beer drinker or a cider drinker, so it was a really good add-on to add these ciders. And then there's some seltzers also. He's definitely livening it up. We got 2 humongous TVs that will have the menus on our daily menus, and then whenever there isn't entertainment going on, I have a feeling we'll probably have some Mariners playing or whatever. So we're excited about having those big TVs.
And once again, for the 3rd or 4th or 5th year now, the beer garden is going to be open all 10 days. Of the festival.
All 11 days.
All 11 days,
yep,
sorry. 11
starting
days.
on Thursday. So they open at 4 o'clock on Thursday. They'll be open at 4 o'clock during the week. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they open at noon. And it's here. And then just a reminder, too, for the park. No dogs in the park for the 11 days of the festival. And be sure and bring your chairs and your blankets. But we don't allow chairs in the beer garden. The chairs are more for the entertainment aspect of it. But we do have little chairs and blankets for sale. So if you do forget one, you want to check out the booth and grab one there.
I talked to our mutual friend, Jenna Fishback from Sustainable NCW, about the whole recycling program that they're launching here. That's cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome. We have some local companies, Icicle Brewery. They purchase the cups, our beer garden cups, that are recyclable. That we will be having. So yeah, we've been working hard on that, and hopefully even next year it'll be even more.
Because the amount of trash that's generated is huge.
It's crazy.
But the volunteers, the kids who come around,
Young Life,
who constantly clean things up and
They
pick
do.
things up. It makes perfect sense. If it's recyclable, let's recycle it.
Yep. So we'll see how it goes. We're excited to work with them, and they've been wonderful to work with.
The Youth Parade, now sponsored by
Technoplex.
I got to get used to
I know
that.
it's hard to say. So they bought Kais Fiber and Dokel. So last year it was the Kais Fiber Dokel Youth Parade. Now it's the Technoplex Youth Parade.
And for the first time ever, a grand marshal, and you could not have done any
Isn't that
better than
fun?
Erica.
Yeah, our youth parade chairperson, Shane Rennie, had this great idea to honor people that are there for the youth of our community. So it's Erica Mashi is perfect with the Brave Warrior Project, and she does a lot of other things besides just that. So she'll be honored at the All Service Cup luncheon, and of course, right in the youth parade. And then our little logo contest winner, she'll be in the youth parade also. So.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask about the carnival.
Yep, the carnival will open up on Friday. It will be at the Wenatchee Valley Mall in the Sportsman Warehouse parking lot again. And you can check out our website for information on pricing and all that. But they'll open up Friday at 3 o'clock.
It used to be at the Town Center parking lot, and then they had to take it over for COVID testing, and it worked out just perfect. And it gives the East Wenatchee a big
it's really
footprint.
nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Their favorite spot, actually, ironically, was the year after COVID when we had it at Lincoln Park. That was a great spot. But yeah, East Wenatchee came through, and it's great having it there for sure.
Speaking of coming through, all kinds of people donate all kinds of time and money and effort to make this happen. We're standing on the stage, courtesy of the Town Toyota Center. It's easier to say no than it is to say yes, but you probably called Mark and you said, I'll bring him down.
This is something, we used to have a stage that just was right on top of the fountain that we built. It was a wood stage
It wasn't
when
much.
we first started this, and we store it every year. And I think it was probably Robbie Richards from the city that said, Darce, we got to do something else. So this is where the Town Toyota Center came through, and they come and set it up for us. We have some volunteers that help them. Craig was here at 9 o'clock, got it all set up, and then tomorrow the lights will go up and everything else. So it is amazing the people that donate their time and their in-kind sponsorships to make this happen. And it just all kind of just happens. Gavin Geringer was out here helping me get ready for the food vendors and marking their booths. And he just does that every year. So there's just a lot of people that just show up every year. We have people out here painting our spools for the beer garden. And then tomorrow we'll be setting up the tents. And again, the same crew that does it every year.
Let's close out with one last little thing. I mentioned this at the beginning of this interview. It all starts Thursday at 12 noon with the opening ceremonies featuring the Royal Court and then Chief for a day. And then it's just 11 days of fun. So talk real briefly about the program on Thursday.
So on Thursday, we start with Chief for a Day, which is always so special and very emotional. And then we go into St. Paul's and St. Joe's. Their little choirs perform. And then we have all the mariachi groups perform. So that's what will take place on Thursday. And then it all goes from there, and it's all online at appleblossom.org. So
the schedule is online. You can also download as a PDF the program, and the program is also everywhere too.
Yep. The program, we have extra copies of it, but yes, we have a PDF of it too, so you can print it out yourself if you'd like. The entertainment schedule might change, so I really encourage people to check the website before they come down to make sure that it hasn't changed. You never know, a band may not be able to come, so we'll switch one out. But
The 104th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. This year's theme is...
We're all in this together. We're all in this together. We went the wrong way.
I have no idea what that song is. I've never heard of it.
High School Musical?
No,
my God.
I listened to Duke Ellington. What the hell do I know? Darcy Christopherson making her very first appearance here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Festival number 104. They've done enough of these. They know what they're doing. One last question. You have an opening ceremonies, but you don't have a closing ceremonies.
We do secretly. We have a closing. Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Experience memories that will last forever on a Sun Chaser pontoon boat from Bob File Boats and Motors. If you're looking to get out fishing with your buddies or just enjoying time on the water with friends, a Sun Chaser pontoon boat is a great choice. Owning a Sun Chaser is more than just an incredible feeling of freedom and exhilaration. It's about taking that indulgence to the next level. See the full line of Sun Chaser pontoon boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Chelan Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide Pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
When I was about 16, I got in a relationship. He hit me for the first time in front of his daughter. He physically abused me in front of my children. I couldn't do it no more. Sage was there for me when I needed them. I didn't hear a lecture from them. I didn't hear anything, but just acceptance. And that's what I needed at the time. And they help you with everything that you need to move on in life and heal.
Winning Wednesday, and by the way, we now have a pretty good box full of Winning Wednesday prizes, so even though we didn't do it last week, we're going to be doing Winning Wednesday for quite some time now, folks. And here it is. You saw the interview I did earlier, I hope, with Mark McGregor from McGregor Farms Honey and Mead. They have set up shop at the Pybus Puppet Market. Really cool people and a local business. They make the honey right there in Wenatchee Heights and truck it down. Well, you saw the whole thing with Mark. And to put a little sugar on the ice cream or on the honey, if you will, I have a $50 gift card from McGregor Farms Honey and Mead. And it could be yours if you enter on this Winning Wednesday. Send me an email. Winner@ncwlife.com. Winner@ncwlife.com. That's the only way to enter, is via email. And you know the rules by now. It's one entry per email address. If you got more than one, you can enter more than once, but you can't enter continuously on the same email address. We have figured out how to keep you from doing that. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Grant. And if you don't enter the contest, you are automatically out. You are ineligible to win the contest if you do not enter. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on. Thanks to Mark McGregor. Thanks to his dad, Mike, my old classmate, for making this happen. They're cool people. And it's a neat place, too. If you're into honey, this is the only place to go. Thank you, McGregor Farms. As predicted, the high clouds have rolled in. It is 50 degrees now. Now, this is just going to be a quick little anomaly. We are under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, but it's a flat ridge. The domes are the ones that really give us some sunny, warm weather for an extended period of time. This ridge of high pressure is not quite with us yet. It's just off the Pacific coast. It's flat. That's allowing just a little bit of a front to come down from Canada, which is why we're going to see some high clouds and a little bit of wind today. But it's an anomaly. It's just going to come, it's going to go, and by this time tomorrow we'll be bathed in sunlight, and we are in for a perfect weekend worth of weather for weekend number one of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival from the National Weather Service. It looks something like this. I'm going to throw a couple of stats your way. You see that forecast high of 76. We have not hit 70 yet this year, and we have normally, on normal years, have hit 70, 7, 8, 9 times already by April 26th. We have not hit 70 yet. If we get to that forecast high of 76, that'll be the first time since October 18th of last year that we got to 70 degrees. That's 189 days, and that streak will come to an end today with our forecast high of 76. The last time we hit 76, for that matter, was back on October 12th. So we're going to see clouds and a little breezy today. We're going to be to 75 with lots of sunshine on Thursday, and then we warm up to mid-80s By the time we get to Saturday, that'll be the peak of the warmth, and then the high-pressure ridge will slide eastward on Sunday, but still looking pretty good. We have deserved this kind of weather forecast. Thank you, Mother Nature. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.